That's all right. That's all right. Slack you. All right. All right. Shalom. Shalom. Lord's will, you can hear me. I know it's still a little windy out here. You know, we just got past the storm, but it's still got a little bit of breeze going. But hey, first and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Machakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutation and much love to you, Akim, out there pushing out his word in truth and sincerity. You just put the book bag there. Maybe it'll stop some of the wind. Salakia. Yeah. There you go. All right. Just bear with me. Come on, man. That shit tripping. Salakia. Just bear with me 1 second. Hold on. I'll get this. Oh, let it fucking keep falling. Come on, man. All right, there we go. Put the book back there. All right. All right, so Shalom again. You know, all praise to Yahweh Shemina Shai. And as you see the title of the video, you know, the Lord's elect. And just going to go through some precepts here. All right, because the Lord has his elect. He's going to protect his elect. Because those are the ones that are going to worship him in truth and sincerity, beginning with the 144,000, which are the servants of the Lord, okay, the prophets, if you will. And they're going to be brought through the fire. So let's go ahead and start in Matthew 24 and verse 24. Salaki, not 24, verse 31. No, I'll start 30. It says, and then, I'll start at 29. Matthew 24 and 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of heaven shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. So the Lord's coming back very soon, man, because we see these things happening. All right, the signs that he gave us would be taking place. All right, we see those signs coming to pass. So we, as men of the Lord, the ones that are watching, all right, measuring the times diligently, you should see that the Lord is his return is nigh at hand. All right, verse 31, and he shall send his angels with the great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. So the Lord's only coming, he ain't coming to save everybody contrary to popular belief. He's coming to save his elect. All right, and yes, Israel, the true Israelites, all right, his chosen people are his elect, but you have an elect within that. You have an elect within the elect. All right, you have a chosen within the chosen. This is Galatians, real quick. What is that? How's it go? Galatians, what is it? Damn, it's escaping me. I think it's 4, maybe, 16. Nope. 6, maybe. Galatians chapter 6. Yeah, is it Galatians 6 and 16? It says, and as many as walk according to his rule, peace be on them. Right, and that's the ones that are gonna the Lord's coming back for. The ones that walk according to his rule, peace be on them, and mercy. And what's that mercy? The ultimate mercy is the salvation from the thermonuclear destruction and the woes of this that's coming onto this earth. The tribulation, okay, the perils. The elect is going to be covered. It says, and upon the Israel of the Most High. So that goes to show you there's an elect within the chosen people of the Lord. But what you have to make, you have to ensure your, not ensure, but you have to strive for that. All right, it's not just given freely, which it is at the end of the day, because you've already been written in the book of life. But those elect are gonna make their. Well, let me just read it. All right, 2 Peter chapter 1 and verse 10. 2 Peter 1 and 10. Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. Yeah, because many are called, but few are chosen. So you have to make your calling and election sure. Because a lot of people, you go to a football tryout, you were called to the tryouts, right? But only a few are going to get chosen to be on the team. Okay? It says, for if ye do these things, ye shall never fall. So we have to make our calling and election sure, so that we may be found worthy to be part of the Lord's elect, that he's going to come and save from the four corners of the earth, man. All right? The Israel of the Most High. This is what we're striving for. This is what we're working towards. All right? Through suffering, all right, through forsaking, and most importantly, if you're a prophet of the Lord, through prophesying, doing the work that has been commanded, doing the will of the Father, not doing what you want to do and how, going off of your own vain opinion. That's irrelevant. You have to fight for the Lord or strive for this truth. Whether it be in the striving for this truth in the face of oppression, in the face of opposition, it doesn't matter. You have to strive for this truth. All right, which what in turns means standing boldly. All right, not letting nobody back you down from your beliefs. Let me put do not disturb real quick. Do not disturb. And well, you should be fighting no matter what. All right, you're striving for this truth. Continuing to push no matter what people tell you, no matter what people say. That's part of it. If people are gonna try to discourage you, that's Satan. But what you're supposed to continue in the things that thou has been taught, and remember who thou has learned them from. All right, this is Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 4, verse 28. Strive for the truth unto death. So you're supposed to go hard for this truth, even if it means death. All right. You got these examples out there in the mainstream media now. They're not striving for this thing unto death. Well, and at the end of the day, they're not prophets. So you can't really put that on them, because they're not prophets of the Lord. They're talking about being Jews, but what about being an Israelite? What about bringing out who the devil is, or what's gonna happen to America? That ain't for them to say. Let them stay in their lane. But we're gonna continue to do our job, because we're striving for the truth. They not striving for the truth. Just because you're Israelite don't mean a damn thing. Verse 28, or Slakia again, says, strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. The Lord's gonna fight for those that fight for him. All right, and we're coming into a time like Apostle Hart just did. The hour of temptation is near, or is close. And so the Lord's gonna fight for us in those days, because we've been fighting for him. We don't care what people say, how they feel, and what they do to us, or what they take from us. That's why you're supposed to forsake all, because you should understand that that's just part of it, man. We're supposed to be hated of this world, all right? And if you're not hated of this world, then you're not of Yahushai. You're not of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, because the Lord said if they had hated me, they would hate you. So if the world don't hate you, then you got to ask yourself, am I truly for Yahweh Shem Yahushai? Because you're supposed to be hated for this word, okay? That is that simple. But what? The ones that are hated for this word have a greater reward than this bullshit world, man. See, you got these guys trying to, I'm an Israelite, but what? They're not doing nothing to prove that they're Israelites. They're not doing nothing that Israelites should be doing, all right? But the ones that stand boldly, and the ones that strive for the truth, no matter what opposition they're faced with, and no matter what people say, no matter what is brought upon them, we understand that it's all from Yahweh Shem Yahushai, so we shouldn't fold, because the Lord's providing us a way out. And this is a test to prove our faith, prove your loyalty to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay? These guys, they're a bunch of clowns, man, coming up again and saying they're Israelites, and that's it. That's it, really? That's it? Come on, man. There's more to this. It's a whole lifestyle. It's a culture. This is our heritage. We're reclaiming a legacy. But hey, this everybody ain't a prophet at the end of the day. All right, this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, and verse 9. It says, let me read up a little bit. I'll start at verse 4. It says, for though they, you know what? Might as well start at verse 1. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 1. But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Most High. Which again, the righteous are the Israelites, but right now, the majority of our people are wicked. All right? And only in the sight of the Lord, the only righteous are the elect at this point in time. That's why the Lord's going to destroy the majority of our people. It says, and there shall no torment touch them. That's what the Spirit had me say earlier. We gonna be good. Lord's will be part of that number. Verse 2, in the sight of the unwise they seem to die, and their departure is taken for misery. Right, because what? The prophets have always been delivered up. All right, they've always been killed, always been hated. But now the Lord is about to lift up a standard. And people thought, oh, what a waste of a life. Get a job, blah, blah, blah. We have the greatest calling there is. That's why in 2 Peter 1, it said, make thy calling election sure. What the hell is a 9 to 5 going to get you? It ain't going to get you salvation, that's for sure. It ain't even going to get you, you're not even going to be rich in this world, man. You're either poor or you rich in this world. Now that we're living in 2022, there's no middle class. You poor or you rich, man. You either got it or you don't got it. And that's the least of our concerns, because we know this world's about to go. All right. It's verse 3 says, and they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their whole full of immortality. See, so you can whip us. Hey, like we said, strive for the truth unto death. So you can do all these things unto us. But our hope is full of immortality. Just like in the book of 2 Maccabees chapter 7, they say, yeah, you could take my hand, you could take this, you could take that, you could take our lives. But we know the Heavenly Father's going to give it back to us, roughly paraphrasing. And we understand that immortality is coming for ultimately all Israel, but for the first fruits, we want to be the first fruits of the kingdom of heaven, man. Come on. It says, verse 5, and having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. Exactly. So this suffering, while striving for the truth is not even to be compared to the reward, the benefits we get from it. For the Most High proved them and found them worthy for himself. That's why you have to make your call in the election sure. That's how the Most High is proving you, man. Through these trials and tribulation you go through daily. And guess what? The hour of temptation, the time of Jacob's trouble, the elect is gonna go through that and make it. And if you do die, then guess what? You strove for the truth unto death. Okay? And guess what? You'll be one of the first ones risen. And you'll still be part of the elect. So we're not even worried about death because we understand it. Verse 6, as gold in the furnace hath he tried them and received them as a burnt offering. Right, let me keep reading I want to get to the point in verse 9 and on down. It says, verse 7, and in the time of their visitation they shall shine and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble. Yeah, you people ain't ready for that. All right, this world ain't ready for the men of the Lord running to and fro, like sparks among the stubble, boy. Look up Flash. Verse 8, they shall judge the nations and have dominion over the people, and their Lord shall reign forever. So we're going to have dominion over the people, man, over the nations. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to reign above us, of course. Yahushua being the head, King David under him, and then the 12, the rest of the 12, and then the rest of the 144,000, and then the rest of the nations, man. Or it's like the rest of the nation, the Israelites, okay? But here's the point, verse 9, they that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him, for grace and mercy is to his saints, and he hath care for his elect. So the Lord has care for his elect, man. He's going to deliver them from this evil and perverse world, and from the ultimate destruction, the second death. which, me and the brother Ariel went into Wednesday. This nuclear destruction is near, man. And we went into it and brought out videos, and hey, that's not something you want to experience. You want to see that from afar off. Preferably the chariots of the Lord, okay, or the chariots of Israel. That's where you want to see the destruction come from. You want to look down and see the destruction, not be in it. But the elect will be able, or granted that access to watch the lake of fire from the heavens, man. After they get delivered in the midst of chaos, in the midst of destruction, missiles coming. Like even in Revelation it says their enemies beheld them. So the world is going to see the Lord return, and the world is going to see the elect be beamed up into the heavens as Yahushua was. All right, called up into the air. All right, went up to a cloud, as Acts chapter 1 says. Well, you're going to see those that are elected, or the elect of the Lord, go up as well, the same way. Okay, but let me keep it moving. This is Luke chapter 18, verse 7. It says, and shall not. Let me start at verse 1 so it makes sense. This is Luke 18 and 1. And he spake a parable unto them to this end, that men ought always to pray and not to faint. Yeah, you should always be in that spirit of praying, all right, meditating and praising Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man. If you go a day without praying, you're not in the right spirit, man. To keep it plainly, you should be praying throughout the day, every day. Anyway, verse 2, saying, there was in a city a judge which feared not the Most High, neither regarded man. And there was a widow in that city, and she came unto him, saying, avenge me of mine adversary. And this widow is likened unto the nation of Israel, specifically the elect, because this is what this is about, the elect right now. All right, the majority of our people are going to die. Verse 4, Luke 18 and 4. And he would not for a while, but afterward he said within himself, though I fear not the Most High, nor regard man, yet because this widow troubleth me, I will avenge her, lest by her continual coming she weary me. So even this wicked judge, or not wicked, but yeah, I mean, if you don't believe in the Most High, you're wicked. But this judge that didn't even believe in the Most High, eventually he had to, plead for her cause, so to say. So how much more the Heavenly Father, right? Verse 6, and the Lord said, hear what the unjust judge saith. Verse 7, and shall not the Most High avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him, though he bear long with them? Yeah, so we've been crying, sighing and crying for a long time. But guess what? The Lord is coming through for us. All right? He's coming through. Just as the judge that didn't even believe in the Most High came through for the widow, how much more the Most High that has an elect, all right, a chosen vine, a chosen seed, precious unto him, the apple of his eye. You don't think he's gonna come for them? Come on, man. And his elect that are crying day and night. Here it is, we got to be vexed with the filthy conversation of these Babylonians, these Egyptians, these Sodomites, whatever you want to call them. We're sighing and crying every day, day and night. You don't think the Lord hears our cries? But what? He's long suffering. And very soon he's going to send his son to redeem that elect from the four winds of the earth, like we read earlier in Matthew 24. But let me keep reading verse 8. I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth? So, hey, yeah, he gonna find faith on the earth, and it's only gonna be from the elect, beginning with the 144,000, and it trickles down to the rest of the that great multitude, pursuing the Revelation chapter 7. And even in John 17, the Lord mentions that, that I pray not for them only, but them that shall believe through their words, and which is the words that we speak is the words of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. So the Lord is coming to avenge those that truly believe on Him, man. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it, man. But we have to strive for the truth. Salakia. And it's gonna come a time where your test is truly, or your faith is truly tested when this hour of temptation. All right, but you're supposed to strive for the truth, man. Looking death in the face, you're supposed to hold your integrity, all right, and keep the faith. This is Romans 8 in verse 33. It says, who shall lay anything to the charge of the Most High's elect? It is the Most High that justifieth. There you go. That's the point I wanted. So who's going to lay anything? Yeah, we all come from different backgrounds. We was all wicked. Our righteousness is as filthy rags. But who's going to lay any charge? Who can bring up any charge against us, man? Nobody. It's the Most High that's justifying us. And He justified us through the blood of His only begotten Son, Yahushua. The elect was cleansed. They were, and they will be passed over through the blood of the Lamb, just like as in the ancient Exodus, or the Exodus from ancient Egypt. Okay, that's who's justified us, the Lord, with His blood. All right, through commandment of Yahweh. This time it ain't for all Israel though. That's the thing. And we got a great reward for holding and standing stiffly, man. Matter of fact, we'll end off on that, man, because that's when you're gonna see the ones that stood stiffly for the Lord get the reward. Because the main reward is gonna be when we get not the main, but the people are really gonna recognize the reward when we get delivered out of this destruction. Because the reward is never going to end, because it's going to be an everlasting kingdom, but it's going to begin with the deliverance. And even before that, we're going to get, Lord's will, we're going to get spiritual powers. We're going to be eating and drinking, like the scriptures say, my servant shall eat. But when that deliverance comes, that's when the world will know, wow, that was the ones that served the Lord. That was the ones that got deliverance, and not bended backwards and folded like a lawn chair, like some bitch. All right, this is Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness, and we're standing in great boldness now. All right, the Lord has His servants, His prophets, standing out there on the highways and byways and telling the truth no matter what. Okay, and we're not looking for clout. We're not trying to be seen of men. We don't want you to praise us. We're just giving you a warning from the Heavenly Father, like He told Ezekiel, give them warning from me. We don't give a damn what you think about us. What about what we telling you? Okay, that's the mindset you should have. We don't want fucking accolades, and we want a crown from Yahushua personally. We don't care what you think. Shit. So what if some did not believe? It says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him. And Esau, Edom, chiefly, the rest of the nations, and even 2/3 of our own people. All right, the majority of our own people afflict us, man. But we still stand boldly and stiffly in their faces, giving them the message from Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, and made no account of his labors, again, chiefly Edom. Verse 2, when they see it, again, I quoted earlier, their enemies beheld them. So our enemies are going to see us go up into them chariots while they're waiting on a missile to come down on them. All right, it says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, because men's heart failing them. All right, when the Lord returns, it's gonna be great chaos, death and destruction. The chariot's gonna be lighting people up. People are gonna be terrified when they see the sky filled with so-called UFOs. All right, and it's gonna be war going on. It's gonna be famine. It's gonna be all kind of things going on. But here it is, these men that you took for granted, that you mocked and scoffed at, and did all kind of things to, they get to get delivered. They're gonna get beamed up into the sky, into the air, to meet the Lord and be with Him forever, as First Thessalonians chapter 4 says. It says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of His salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. There you go, man. That's the point. This thing's gonna be out of this world deliverance, man. Literally. All right. And that's what we striving for. That's what we're making our call and election for, so we can get a spot on them chariots, man. We want that golden ticket, and the golden ticket, like in Willy Wonka, is very rare. Not everybody can get it. And in this case, it's not the luck of the draw. It's if your name's written in the book of life or not. But those that are written in the book of life are going to make their call and election sure. They're going to do the things that the elect should be doing. Okay. So with that, Lord's willing, this was edifying and exhorting unto the hopeful elect out there. All right. Shalom. Kala Yahabashim Yahushai.